Some of the trends we've seen over the last couple of years have been that the world is getting connected to a higher level every day, and that era of connectivity has increased the tendency to bring a global single digital market to the world. That is a trend we see now, and we expect to see it even further over the next couple of years. In Saxo Payments, we have increased our service to actually make sure we can support such global players on that global single digital market with cross-border transfers all over the world. Because I think the global consumer does not really care whether he's based in Australia and wants to buy something in Japan. He basically just wants to move into the single market and buy. And that's what we're underpinning, and that's what our strategy over the last couple of years has been part of. We are what you would call a utility on purpose. And if you are a utility on purpose, you need really to have scale. So we are based on the Oracle FlexCube banking system, which can cater for hundreds of millions of cross-border bank transfers a year. And that's been an instrumental part of the DNA when we set up the business. I think we've just launched a white paper with Saxo Payments that has been basically taking into consideration the issuers, acquirers, merchants all over the world. That's been part of a huge research we've made. Besides that, McKinsey recently had a report showing that the amount and the value of cross-border payments is up from 65% back in 2006 to 81% in 2016 of the global volumes. So that is a huge increase over the last couple of years, which is actually underpinning the fact that we are seeing the creation of that global single digital market. It is the connectivity. You see the connectivity everywhere. So the consumer does not care whether he actually is based in Denmark and buys something on ASOS in the UK. He just wants the ability to purchase and receive his goods. And then you have a financial tech industry that is trying to help the e-commerce industry meeting these demands. And all these players are merging together into one market as we see it right now. And I think that's been a fueler for the increase in the cross-border payments. What we're actually doing, we're having quite a different approach. We're actually trying to work with the banks and with the financial tech industry. So I believe there's a lot of good stuff with the banks and there's a lot of good stuff within the financial tech industry. And we're basically trying to rebuild transactional banking as we think it should be done in 2016. That's why we've set up a brand new platform from Oracle, but customized to actually meet the demand and the needs of businesses in 2016. We have chosen a path where we think a cross-border payment should be a utility over a couple of years. We are in business to actually help increasing global trades because we believe that will increase wealth on the long term, and hence our service is in general much lower priced than the banks. It of course depends on how much volume the client gives us. We have some bands, but in general the cost savings by using our platform are significant compared to what you would usually see. I think what we do is we have our Oracle platform is of course scoped to actually cope with the current regulation, and then we have a state-of-the-art legal and compliance team that is staying on top globally in order to make sure that we're always updated on the newest changes to the legislative framework in the current regions. I think personally it's about hiring the best people, and that's what we've been trying to do. So in general, the way we've actually done it is that we do not have many employees because we are heavily leaning on technology. So in Saxo Payments, the clear vision is to keep the level of headcount low. However, when you also do that, you need to make sure that those you actually have can work at a very high level, and that's what we've done. Every single person in our organization has basically been handpicked and fit into the team. What we're actually trying to do is to help businesses grow. And in that case, we're not necessarily trying to make them stand up and demand lower pricing. We are more actually trying to deliver a service that comes with a low price, but also with a higher convenience. I think in our recent white paper, which has been launched here at Money20, we actually saw a trend where a lot of the businesses were frustrated about high cost, but did not really do anything about it. Mostly given that they're very much focused on the day-to-day operations, and then they don't really find out where are the alternatives. And I think in that case, we are trying to provide a viable alternative in that case. I think from an alternative perspective, you have an entire fintech industry that is actually doing a very good job trying both to lower the prices but also to increase convenience. I actually think, of course, the price is important, but when you see a lot of the very good fintech businesses, you see them come with a brilliant UI. So the user experience is actually, in my opinion, as important as the price. Of course, there are always issues one way or another, and we have a state-of-the-art customer service team, which is open 24/7, of course, and can basically enable customer service in all time zones of the world. And if you are working in today's financial market, in a global single digital market that is open 24/7, you also need to make sure you can actually support your clients 24/7. So that's very important for us. First of all, SEPA has made it much easier to do payments within the Eurozone and much cheaper. So I think the most important impact the SEPA payment scheme has had is that it actually has harmonized payments within the Eurozone. And I believe this is one of the best things that a society can do to actually enable growth, because it has taken down barriers to operate on the European market. It will be extremely interesting to see, because if we go back to the digital single global market, I think you will see the fintechs, of course, will be part of it, because they were the ones starting it, trying to own the relation to the consumer or to the corporate. But I think you will also see the banks trying to push into that area. We've seen BBVA in Spain acquire a stake in Atom Bank. We've seen Santander move into that market. A lot of the banks are trying, Goldman is trying to go into that area and actually own the relationship to the clients. And I think you'll see on the other part of the value chain, you'll see utilities like us and Taxa Payments that are providing the cross-border pipe to all these businesses. Someone could be providing a lending pipe, someone could be providing the FX pipe, and I think that's the trend you will see. A huge battle to win that digital relationship towards the clients, and then the pipes coming in from the other side, trying to deliver cross-border payments, FX, lending, wealth management, whatever it is. I think that will be the same. They will enter this area as well and try, as the tech giants they are, to actually move into owning the relationship with the client, and then have pipes in as well. And I think it will be extremely exciting to see, because they are already controlling another part of the value chain. Like Amazon and Alibaba is controlling the distribution level as well on the products. So it would be extremely exciting to see whether they can use that for their advantage when they enter the market. They also have another advantage that we would expect over the next couple of years to the Internet of Things to be a big thing. So you'd see right now you have the connectivity of devices, and you would see that connectivity, I think, moving into products as well. So one could imagine your fridge could actually order milk directly from Ocado or whatever it is, and that could basically be done by Amazon. So Amazon would act like your payment engine over a couple of years. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see. Very, very fine. I think they have done a brilliant job to actually arrange it. It is nice. Everything is done well, and you have the right people here. All the decision makers are here, and that is very important when you have such an event like this.